Welcome to Baby Jail Unlocked, the podcast that explores outdated practices in education and reveals how small intentional actions can create empowering spaces for both children and educators. Because sometimes the very structures we trust to support are often the ones that silence. The systems we've designed to educate can actually end up telling us who gets heard, who gets seen, but also who gets left behind. And our daily practices, for example, maybe they feel familiar and even comforting, but too often they're doing more to contain us rather than connect us. What if the real issue is how we've normalized an education system that manages people rather than empowers them? Thinking of one that controls people rather than listens to them. Sounds strange, but unfortunately, this is where we're at. I'm Dr. Chloe Keegan. I'm a researcher, lecturer, and an unapologetic advocate for young children's rights. This podcast was born from something I've heard too many times. Children describing preschool as a baby jail. Quote, baby jail. Their words, not mine. In fact, it was a 3-year-old in my PhD research who first said it. And since then, I have not been able to unhear it. If that's how children feel, contained, silenced, and managed, then maybe it's time we stop defending what we've normalized, start being aware of what we're doing, and start asking better questions. This podcast, as you can see, is not going to be about quick fixes or surface level solutions. We're here to dismantle the stale practices we've normalized, practices that silence, restrict, and contain rather than nurture and empower. Because here's the thing, change doesn't always require a radical overhaul. Sometimes it starts with shifting our awareness. Think of things like how we show up every day and the intentional choices we make, how they can have a profound difference in the lives of those around us, including our own. So this podcast is for anyone who wants to think deeply about education, unpack the power structure shaping it, and understand how simple, everyday, practical support can transform educational environments for everyone, children and educators and parents too. So this podcast will discuss real-life examples of turning classrooms from spaces of compliance into spaces of connection, shifting from control to curiosity. And so we can learn how to change experiences of imprisonment into opportunities for empowerment. Baby jail may be a reality for some, but together we can unlock something far better. We've got so much to explore, so let's get straight in. Welcome to Baby Jail Unlocked.